Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one type there? Craziest conspiracy theory.
I can't.
Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah. Bill Gates. Goddamn. The first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah. All of them. They tell me.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's gonna dial.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in today. If y'all seen the topic today, we got a controversial one for y'all today. If y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video, make sure y'all follow the page and tell everybody, your family, friends, baby mama, baby daddy, auntie, cousin, anybody to tune in to the New Normal Podcast. But if y'all seen what we talking about, the title, the thumbnail, we're going to talk about herpes. And more so STDs and how people actually view sex and why this is crazy, what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to be sharing a Facebook post that I seen earlier this week, which was crazy, which blew my mind, and the comment sections that I seen about this post, which was even crazier, right? So I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So right here, if you see this post, it says, testing positive for herpes never stopped me from being swallowed up. Yes, y'all see that correctly. Testing positive for herpes never stopped me from being swallowed up. And as I was going through the comment section, I'm just like, it can't be, I see reports all the time about Houston. I see reports about New York. I see reports about Atlanta. I think I seen a report about Detroit, about how how STDs are on the rise, especially in Black women, right? And so I seen this post and it blew my mind because I heard like a crazy stat of women who supposedly are supposed to have, sexually transmitted diseases. So when I seen this post, like I said, I was flabbergasted. It baffled me a little bit. And as I was going through the comment section that y'all can read, it's nothing but women on here talking about, oh, I think they like it. Facts, cousin. They be nevering all the way to the bedroom. Facts. Yo. From the girl said swallowed up from the front to the back. And you posted this for a reason. And it never will, never. Insane. Swallowed at 12:45 in the afternoon. Wow. And if y'all notice, it's a bunch of women on this post. This is why this is scary, to say the least, because we know, and people don't like to admit it, but we know women out here popping that motherfucking cootie pop like crazy right now. And that's how you have such a big spread of STDs, because from what I hear, I don't have any STDs, but from what I hear, it's something that's not like a reoccurring thing. It happens, you have like a one major breakout. That's how you initially know you have it. And then pretty much, you can maintain it. So a person that doesn't, if you don't have a breakout, it looks perfectly normal, right? So you would never think that you have a damn, so you're messing with somebody that has herpes or some type of sexually transmitted disease. That's why it's always good to go get tested before you have sex. But I know most of y'all ain't gonna do that because y'all be too horny and y'all got, I know a lot of men, especially men, they don't want to pass up the time because they don't get a lot of vagina anyway, right? So they have to do what they have to do. But like I said, if you see this post right here, this is crazy. And then they got the TD Jakes right here. Have you ever been swallowed up? That's funny every time I see it. But like I said, just the amount of women in this comment section, they're just talking about how they get swallowed up, how they just, and then I don't know if the women that are posting in this comment section know that there are people that's actually going to look at it. You might have had a guy who might have tried to date you and then see you in something like this. This post right here talking about you getting swallowed up. Girl say period. Another girl 100%. He go a dude right here, Carlos say, "Yep, LL." You think like this is crazy? The amount of people flipped, smacked, rubbed down, and swallowed up. Oh, this one way up. Continue to stand in your truth. In a world full of lies, they don't make them like you anymore. I respect your transparency. I hate A-man corners on the internet. I hate A-man corners on the internet because why? And then, like I said, people always about your truth. There's only the truth, not your truth. It's either the truth or a lie. I don't give a damn how people try to flip it and talk about you living in your truth or your reality. There's only one reality. I know a lot of people are delusional as fuck out here, but there's only one reality. And this girl is A-manning this comment about herpes. Somebody says, wait, I have a few questions since this is blowing up. Do people expect you never to have sex again, like ever? If you're open on the internet, why do you think you're lying or being deceptive to your partner? Is herpes one of those damned if you're quiet, damned if you're loud illnesses? Shaking my head. People in the share saying everybody in the comments need to die is wild, and exactly why these conversations need to be had. Cause what did you say wrong? This doesn't seem like glorifying to me, destigmatizing. I just think they got to view the rest of your page to see you're trying to educate folks on prevention of all types of shit. Now, this girl just ended this comment and said prevention. How in the hell is that prevention when the post says this? Testing positive for herpes never stopped me from being swallowed up. That has nothing to do with prevention. That has nothing to do with awareness. Actually, it seems like she's gloating about having an STD and people still want to put their mouth on her. Somebody commented, yuck. Better say it, getting gobbled up like a Thanksgiving turkey and folded like a pretzel. Same here. I tested positive for HSV1, and guys still want to have sex. And all they say, as long as your pussy good, it don't matter. And now I have a boyfriend, and I told him, and he still accepted me. Let me tell y'all something. This is some real stuff. This comment right here is rare that people are out here telling them their sexual their STD status. I'm telling you right now, it is rare. You might have a few people here and there that tell people, if I, got HIV, herpes, whatever, it's very few people that's going to be out here and be transparent about what's going on with their body, right? And people, I think a lot of people aren't transparent because you don't know if people are going to stick around. You don't know if people are going to be here for you. You don't know, what you're going to get when it comes to messing around with people like that. And like I said, people are fearful, and you got to be able to trust this person that they won't be able to go and tell your secret. That's why I know from what I hear and people telling me that I know that actually have herpes. If you ain't got an outbreak, they just gonna be fucking like like ain't nothing going on, and they ain't gonna tell nobody because they're not worried about what's going on. If y'all watch this video, y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video. But yeah, this is crazy to see all of these posts talking about herpes. And like I said, it's a bigger issue because I want y'all to know that it's so many people out here that's just having sex. And you got to think about those comments that was a 2-day-old comment. This was posted April the 15th. What the day is? Today is April the 8th. You will forever and always have my respect. To me, this is crazy. And like I said, I don't know what we got to the point where we don't shame people anymore, or people think it's cool to be out here saying stuff like this, showing people that and a lot of times I'm gonna say this: a lot of times, catching an STD doesn't mean that you're sexually loose. Doesn't mean you're just giving that cootie pop to everybody in the world or anybody that wants to hit it. Doesn't mean that you could have got an STD on your first time, having sex. So I'm gonna be honest. That doesn't mean that you're out here just doing something crazy or going willy nilly. Truth be told, but at the same time, I know that there isn't a lot of people out here that's going to share their status when it comes to if they have an STD, especially if you don't have an outbreak. Like I said, I don't know if y'all seen the reports in Houston, the reports in Atlanta, the reports in New York, how STDs are running rampant. And to me, that is so crazy. It's scary. I'm a married man and I'm thankful to be married. I don't every time I listen to people's stories, the things they talk about, the things they go through, the people that they encounter, the bullshit they encounter, is never a time that I'm like, oh, okay, this is something that I want to be single to go and pursue. Never that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, and this is not to shame anybody. This is what I'm doing is actually to bring awareness to let people know that, hey, you might think a person has respect for themselves or respect for you to let you know what's going on with their body, but they don't. People want to get their rocks off. People are horny. I don't know how we got so sex crazed as a society, but people are so horny. People just want to bust a nut, and people want to. They don't care how they get the nut. They don't care if it's a scrap on. They don't care if they switch their sexuality. They don't care if they put your life in danger. They don't care if they got a crazy boyfriend that's gonna be in the bushes lurking. If you're able to come over here and give them that Peter whacker, they cool with it. So that's why I say you have to protect yourself and you have to understand what you're doing with your body, because putting your faith in somebody else's hands, your life in somebody else's hands, is the craziest thing that you could do as a person. The craziest. And like I said, this comment right here alone, it's just bringing awareness so people can see what is actually out here. And like I said, I just want y'all to be careful. I just want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to be understanding that people are dangerous. People are not loving. I believe most people are evil. I do. I think 70% of people are evil. You only have 10% of actually good people, and then you got the other 20% that teeter totter, that you don't know which way they can go. That's how I view people. I think most people are evil. I don't think people are good by nature. I think that's the whole point of parenting. And if you see how parenting is going nowadays, then you understand that people ain't out here raising the children. All these smash and grabs that we have in LA, all these smash and grabs that we have around the country where these young boys. Have y'all seen in New York the young boy that punched the old lady in the face? Literally punched the lady in the face, but he was just released from jail because he committed another crime against another elderly lady where he punched her in the face and stole her car. And they arrest these people and put them back out there on the streets the same day. If you look at Chicago, how the riots and shit with these teenage kids busting in the stores, robbing, taking stuff, and the police being called and they get arrested and they put them back out there. Why hasn't the mayor of that city called for a curfew, making sure all these kids in? Because this is Wednesday, Thursday nights where children should be in the house getting ready and getting prepared for school, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, it's crazy the stuff that people are going through, because I know a lot of people aren't trying to raise their kids. And that's why I want to segue to this next thing right here. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to talk about the literacy rate. We'll talk about the literacy rate. The literacy rate. In Baltimore. And the reason we want to talk about the literacy rate, because all this ties in. We have a bunch of dumb people out here having sex, right? Because if you know anything about the statistics, a lot of the people that's catching STDs now are like kids from like 14 to 18. And when you hear this story about these kids in Baltimore who can't even read on the 3rd grade level, that are in the 10th grade, it's crazy. We need to have a prerequisite before you have sex with somebody. It should be you give them an IQ test. You need to see how smart they are, or if they're smart at all. Let me play this video for y'all.
So your son's in 7th grade.
Yes.
What grade level does he read at?
Right now it's 2nd grade.
What grade level does he do math at?
I believe that's 1st or 2nd grade.
What do you think about that?
I'm horrified.
We also spoke with this father, Gregory Gray.
My son is really in desperate need of tutoring in math. And how did my son pass if he didn't know none of this math?
Now, Project Baltimore has obtained.
Now, I got to ask you a question. You said, how did he pass if he didn't know anything, but you didn't know your son didn't know he didn't know on grade level what he was supposed to be doing. You weren't checking his report cards. You weren't seeing the grades that he had. You wasn't asking him, hey, son, what's 2 times 2? Or what's 4 plus 4? You weren't asking him what he learned in school. Like, you just think that the teachers are the only people that's supposed to be educating your children. How do you allow your child to go grade to grade and not know that he's not reading on level proficient for his grade level?
Student assessment scores from just one class in one high school that show how widespread the problem appears to be.
They passed them. They just passed them along.
And leading the way is iReady.
iReady is a system schools use to measure at which grade level a student is performing. In Baltimore City schools, iReady assessments are given in math and reading 3 times a year to measure a student's progress. The scores we obtain show some students are performing 10 grade levels below their age. Fox 45 News is not disclosing the school or the class to protect student identities, but we can report these iReady scores.
Do you know how crazy it is to have students testing 10 grade levels below below proficiency? That is crazy.
Are for 11th graders in math and reading. 9 students completed the reading assessment. 2 scored at a high school level. 1 scored in 7th grade. The other 6 scored in elementary school. In math, 7 students completed the assessment. Again, 2 scored at a high school level. The rest, who are juniors in Baltimore City schools, scored in elementary school.
You got 11th graders doing math and reading on elementary school levels. This is why I put both of these together about the herpes and the reading. We have a lot of people who aren't smart enough to even be in the grade they're supposed to be in, and they out here just having sex willy-nilly. Jazz, you gotta go back and rewatch it, because I'm telling you, you'll understand what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it. But like I said, somebody
follow Donald Trump,
because this is ridiculous that we have so many people who can't read, who don't understand math, and you telling me that out here having sex and being able to procreate and being able to depend on the government and put these little munchkins and these little monsters and renegades back out here in society, and wonder why our society is diminishing like it is. This is crazy, to say the least. This is crazy. When are we going to have a wake-up call? When are we going to purge our community? Like the movie Purge is a real movie that we should actually be doing. Like you should be able to purge motherfuckers that don't score a certain level on their IQ. I'm okay with that.
Cool, including 1 student who's doing math on a 1st grade level. So what is 1st grade math? According to education.com, this is a 1st grade math worksheet. It includes simple addition and subtraction, like 2 plus 3 and 9 minus 7. 1st graders also do connect the dot puzzles, where they draw lines in numerical order to create an image.
Now think about this. You seen what problems 1st grade math is. This person will be graduating next year, and they're going to be working. This same person, if it's a boy or a girl, will be trying to court your son or daughter. This is a person that's going to be able to have sex with somebody and potentially be able to have children and put them back out there into society. This is why this shit is crazy, to say the least. We have parents who don't want to be parents. They still, I'm so tired of seeing mother and daughter TikToks where they shaking cellulite and ass fat, and not in the good way. We're talking about it's saggy, it's jiggly, and you want to have a mother and daughter contest, because we already know a lot of mothers are in competition with their daughters already. So that's why we have so many of these mother-daughter dance competitions that we see on TikTok. When is this shit going on? In the Bible, it say, when I was a boy, I did childish things, and when I became a man, I put away those childish things. Like, I don't think, especially in our community, the Black community, people have a transitional phase when they become a parent or when they reach a certain age. Like, damn, I'm too old to be doing X, Y, and Z. It's like they think they should be able to do this shit forever. And I blame motherfuckers when they start saying, oh, 30 is the new 20, 40 is the new 30. No, nigga, 40 is 40. If you just look good for your age, you just got blessed. But let's keep this real. 40 is 40. You need to act your age. All these old women that's 40 plus, dating all these young 22, 23, and 24-year-old boys. Now, I got to ask the question, because I know how I am when it comes to dating. I have to be with somebody that can intrigue me mentally. It can't be on the level of sex. Like, when you young, that makes sense. And that's why I'm talking about this, because like I said, the new kids, the new sexually transmitted diseases or cases are coming from your 14 to 18-year-old children, right? So that makes sense why that happened, because like I said, these motherfuckers are retarded. They dumb. They don't know what the hell going on. And a lot of these people are using sex as a release. A lot of people are using sex as a release. And like I said, if you're watching this video, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Y'all make sure y'all share the video. If y'all didn't see me talk about the herpes post, y'all make sure y'all go and look, rewatch this video, because all of this ties in.
This is first grade math.
They were passing students on who couldn't read, who couldn't compute.
Carl Stokes is a former city council member and charter school operator in Baltimore.
I know principals in schools who say, it happened to me, who said, I can't pass this student to the next grade. They're not ready. And North Avenue refused to allow us to fail the students without a fight.
And see, I blame that No Child Left Behind. I'm going to tell y'all a story. When I was in the 8th grade, I had 2 guys before No Child Left Behind. I'm going to tell y'all my age. I'm 35. When I was in the 8th grade, we had 2 guys in my class. These niggas they had beards. I bullshit you not. In the 8th grade, I'm with 2 guys who had beards in my class, right? And one of them was really good at basketball. He was tall as shit. He was like 6'4", and the other dude was a short dude. Do y'all know this dude one of the dudes had 2 kids already? 2 kids already in the 8th grade, right? And you got to think, I'm going to tell y'all, one of them, when I was in the 8th grade, was supposed to be in their 10th grade, and one of them was supposed to be in the 11th grade, and they're around there trying to holler at the girls in middle school. I'm telling y'all, they're around there trying to holler at the girls in middle school. And then one day we come in and we like, where'd Jeremy go? Where'd Cornelius go? No Child Left Behind. They got implemented, and they sent them and skipped them 2 boys right on the head to their right grade level to go and get them out. But they, like I said, I grew up in a time where you would be in class with a motherfucker that failed school. That failed class because they was dumb as hell. And this is why I say it's crazy that we got so many people on their original post that I showed y'all earlier about the girl saying, testing positive for herpes never stopped me from getting swallowed up. And y'all wonder why we have so many STDs, so many children that are having kids, so many parents that don't want to raise their kids, so many women who have to go out here and have abortions. Because let's be clear, you can't read and you can't do math. How the fuck can we expect you to pick a suitable partner to have sex with? You can't read and you can't do math, How are we supposed to expect you to pick a suitable partner to have sex with, to procreate with, to make sure they go down there and get tested for STDs when you can't pass a math test? You can't pass a reading test. You barely pass high school. That's why I say this. It's crazy that I gotta say, hey, it's crazy that I gotta be here and tell people, hey, I understand why, STDs are running around, but I understand why abortion is crazy, why women have to do abortion. I understand why we have so many parents that don't want to be parents, because when they had their children, they was a damn child themselves. Because once again, y'all telling people, hey, you need to go get your STD test. But let's be real, they can't pass math for reading. These are 10th and 11th graders they're testing, and they said one of them tested on a first grade level. What up, baby? I'm on the podcast. What's up?
Tracy, can you go pick him up?
All right.
You
I got
should
him.
I tell you on your way?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay.
My bad. My baby's sick. All right, go get him in a minute.
And we fought because we knew we would be hurting the kid.
Stokes said at his charter school, which closed last year, about 90% of his incoming sixth graders every year were not reading or doing math at grade level. 90% had iReady scores below the grade the student was in.
That's the deal we have here. We have thousands of kids who are not getting an education, who get out of school or quit school, and they have no skill set to sustain themselves. They can't. They can't get a decent job, and they can't live well.
Oh, that's scary. That is scary to say the least. If y'all watching the video, y'all make sure y'all share the video. I want to keep I got some more videos I want to play, but my son is sick. My wife just called me. I got to go pick him up. I don't think he's sick. I think he knows that I'm at home today from work. And I think he just want to be at home with me because he was perfectly fine when I put him in the car. So I think he faking his sicknesses right now so he could be at home with me. And I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah, I think he's faking his sicknesses right now. So I gotta go pick him up. I hate to end this screen abruptly, but I want to tell y'all, we got a lot of people out here in society that can't pass these tests and understand. And that's why we have people who test positive for bullshit. We have a lot of people that can't pass, math, reading, barely passing college, barely passing high school, barely passing middle school, and our school system keeps on failing these children. I blame the parents first and the school system second, but they're not trying to make proficient people. They're not trying to make good people. They're not trying to make smart people. They're just trying to have a workforce. And if y'all ain't paying attention to what they're doing with all these migrants, and y'all didn't see, I don't know if y'all seen how that up north, I think it was either Detroit or maybe it was New York, where the migrants went to the city hall and they're fighting to have jobs and work, but they getting all of this free help, running out the black people. Our black people wanted to be all Democratic and vote, and this ain't American land, and they don't want to be American, and all of this bullshit. America ain't never did nothing for them, and then now they got the migrants in here running y'all out y'all neighborhoods and stuff like that, filling up y'all schools. Schools already was 32 a class, and now they putting 5 extra migrants per each class. Come on now. They said almost 15 million migrants have crossed the border. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. It's some crazy shit going on. I don't know what the play is. And I don't know if y'all even paying attention to this. Have y'all noticed this is an election year and we have not been seeing any type of campaign rallies? We haven't been seeing any of that. Nobody been talking about Donald Trump. Nobody's been talking about Joe Biden. And if we do see anything about any of the presidential candidates, it's typically about the lawsuits that Donald Trump has. Y'all need to wake up. It is crazy out here. There's a lot of bullshit going on. I don't know what the play is for the government. I don't know what they got coming down the pipeline for the actual American citizens, but it is critical mass right now. And y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to read more. Y'all need to see what's going on in y'all neighborhoods. Y'all need to take this mindset, especially black people. Y'all need to take this mindset of no snitching and all of that bullshit. We need to get rid of all of that because, like I said, right now is a pivotal time in American history. We will never go back to being the same, and this shit is crazy. Thank y'all for tuning in to the New Normal Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video, and like I said, if y'all want to know why I entitled this video Herpes, has it ever stopped you from dating? Go back and rewatch this video and you'll see why I said this. Peace.